Thank you very much, Ranking Member Westerman. And again, thank you for this forum and for the opportunity to talk about these issues that matter so much. You all have touched on the fact that we hear so much in terms of the cause of these fires that we're seeing across our Western states, and so much that we're hearing about them that frankly isn't accurate. And I think effective forest management and the extent to which we really can help to convey that message, which you all on the committee are doing so well, convey the damage that's done when we don't have effective forest management. I think it's just a hugely important service. And I wanted to ask Joel Bausman, you mentioned, Joel, carbon sequestration in your testimony, and the fact that, it's only a healthy root system that effectively sequesters carbon. Can you talk about the extent to which, we see the Biden administration spend a lot of time talking about climate issues, but they never seem to really tie that to effective forest management. They never seem to make that connection. And so I wonder if you could talk a little bit more about a sequestration system that could be implemented based on effective forest management, how we could be advocating for tools that might actually make a difference to some of the issues that the Biden administration is raising without actually raising real solutions.
Thank you, Congressman Cheney, for that question. And one of the, I guess you would call it from my perspective as a county commissioner, a frustration is the discussion in America the Beautiful initiative by this administration about doing things that might potentially, they put a lot of emphasis on climate change. And it's ironic that one way that we in the Western states can effectively address carbon emissions, regardless of the attitude about how much impact it have on climate change, but we know it's a benefit to sequester carbon rather than having it escape into the atmosphere. And we have the data, and it's been talked about, of the advantage of an active, managed, resilient forest community's ability to sequester significantly more carbon as opposed to a dead and dying forest with insect-killed trees that are actually emitting volatile organic compounds, VOCs. We know that happens. And I think we're missing a huge opportunity here in active forest management to tie these two things together with this administration and say, hey, we have a solution. We need more resources. We need more capacity in the agency. We need to get people around the table in our county to identify the product available, the number of board feet that's available over a period of 20 years, for example, to entice private industry. We need more research from the National Forest Products Lab to come in and tell us, here's what you could do with this product, and all with the goal of one of the goals, in addition to improving multiple use and wildlife habitat and all the things we've been talking about all day long, but an additional goal of sequestering carbon as by doing things we need to do anyway. And I would look forward, for example, to a potential pilot project in Western Wyoming, in which we could even call it Bridger Teton Carbon Sequestration Pilot Project, to put all these things together, things that we need to be doing anyway, that we've all talked about, to actually be more effective at sequestering carbon. I think it's a win-win for all of us.
Well, I think that's the really, really important points, and something, obviously I know Ranking Member Westerman's been very focused on these issues and things like this with the Trillion Trees Initiative. But I love the idea of being able to do a pilot project and looking for ways that we can propose that and maybe get that funded, get some support for that. But as your point being that these are things we ought to be doing anyway to help to manage our forests in a healthy way, and we ought to focus on doing it in a way that gets some credit for it and demonstrates the reality of the kinds of programs we need. So I want to thank you very much for your concepts, your ideas, for your service. And thanks again to the committee and to Ranking Member Westerman for giving me the opportunity to join you today and